let's talk about the recent Supreme Court ruling that your favorite content creators are not talking about. So December 24th, right before the Supreme Court break for the Christmas holiday, they had a major blow to the Trump administration. Okay, the Supreme Court ruled that the president cannot deploy the military or National Guard for domestic enforcement the way it was attempted, okay? And I don't know how you feel about that, but I've been told you guys that it wasn't justified and right what President Trump did. I know that probably going to get kicked out the conservative crew, and that's okay, because I think people forget there's something that we have in this country called the Constitution, and the Supreme Court's job is to enforce it. So what do I mean by that? The court didn't say the military can never be used domestically. However, what would need to be done is the president would have to rule that it is an insurrection, okay? So could the president say that there's an insurrection going on right now in Minnesota? I don't know. Could he say it's happening in Chicago when they tried to take over the ICE facilities, when they did all those protests and they became violent? I don't know. But this matters, you know. Like I said, I believe in law and order, but I also believe in the Constitution. I believe we should honor the Constitution. I believe the Founding Fathers put it in place for safeguards to protect us, and it's what the country was based on. So I fully support it. But I also believe the military should not be used against American citizens unless the country is facing a true insurrection or constitutional breakdown. So, I mean, one will ask, will the fraud, corruption in Minnesota be considered insurrection? Could that be an attack on our Constitution, an attack on our rights, especially if they're defrauding government funds and using it to open daycares with no children and all sorts of other fraud that they were doing? But the Constitution draws a clear line that between civil authority and military power, okay? And the Supreme Court just reinforced that. And I know you guys don't want to hear this, but conservatism means limited government, checks on power, and protecting liberty, even when it's inconvenient, guys. That's how you preserve a republic. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think about the recent Supreme Court ruling? Will President Trump declare an insurrection? Like, share, and subscribe for more stories like these.